What's up, y'all? This Ant Glizzy and this Bob Son TV. And this the Zaytoven story. Zaytoven and Rick the Ruler story. I'm gonna put them both together so you can understand the whole outcome of it. Alright. So I got a friend named Rick. Rick from another neighborhood. He from Ben Pop, but his baby mother, he came to our neighborhood. He got dating a girl. He got a baby mother in our neighborhood. He got 2 baby mothers. And he been in the neighborhood with his kids growing up in the neighborhood. He became one of us. So he run with us when I was on my rap time, like being a rapper. Rick stay with me, like when I'm on rap time, he'll rap with me. Sometimes he even fund some things I'm doing. Like if I'm doing something, he Rick the Ruler, the trap god. You know what I'm saying? I put that in the song. Rick he the trap god. But so this the story. This how it go. So me and Rick homeboys, we cool. We all in GMG together. Glizzy Murder Gang. We all in that together. That's the old rap group I used to say. I ain't in the gang no more. That went away. This is my old street days. That's why I can tell y'all these stories, because like, they so old and I'm non-active. I just walk the dog and pick up dogs. Break no rules. I'm not even in the streets. I don't do anything in the streets. I don't even hang on blocks. I can't even tell you the last time I've been in the ghetto. So, as I'm on my rap career, me and Rick hanging out. Rick rapping too. He rapping under the Bob Son label. Me, him, GQ, Cham, a lot of other people. These my homeboys. We from the same neighborhood. We hang out. We probably like 10, 15 deep every day, all day. When I go to shows, they go. When I go to studio, they go. So I end up dropping the mixtape Bob Son 1. Bob Son 1 took off. It was these people trying to sign me to a record deal. His name DJ Young Music. Him and his father with DYMG record label. I had signed a 1 album deal. I was on Bob Son. I dropped Bob Son 1 and blew up. So Bob Son 2, I signed to them for a deal. They was trying to sign me. So they pulled up on me in my neighborhood. He DM'd me like, yeah, my father trying to sign you. We trying to sign you something. Send an address, we gonna pull up. They pulled up with a Benz Sprinter and a contract to the middle of my neighborhood. And I hopped on the Sprinter. I squeezed through the fence, hopped on the Sprinter. And the first time I met him, his father said, so is that you and Shot Glizzy beef real? I pulled a 9mm out of my dip and told him, you tell me if it's real or not, because I'm sitting out here in case anything happen. I live like this every day. I ain't really beefing with nobody. This is how I live. I can't control who don't like me. I'm living like that. But if you can get me out of the hood and make me, if I can put this down, I'll leave the hood and I'll sign these papers. He was like, cool, we can go to Atlanta, such and such. I can put you in the studio with any rapper you want. With any producer you want. Drama Boy, Zaytoven, anybody. Matter of fact, I'm gonna call him up and book the session. We going to Atlanta next week. I'm like, cool. Can I take my friends with me? He like, nah, you signed to the label now. You cool. You just go with the label. We just gonna breeze in and out. Nobody gonna know you there. It's just like clockwork. We just gonna go in and out. Just me, you can take your girl, and the manager. I'm like, cool. I just listen. I'm in the streets, like it's back and forth. Like Uncle Buckets is in full effect. This is as active as it's ever been in my life. Like this is the most active time of my life. And they talking about taking me to Atlanta by myself. I don't even think that's not even possible. I'm not even doing that. They don't know that. I can't tell these people that. They from like Brandywine, Maryland. They from like, they don't understand me. They from the good parts. They're not in the streets. They're not street people. They're like corporate business, rapper, label type. So this is where Rick come into play. So we all go out of town. So they telling me I'm going to Atlanta to go to the studio to work with Zaytoven. I'm excited. We're going to Bob Son 2 and get Zaytoven, Drama Boy B. I can go pick the beats. It's cool. But I'm telling them, I'm like, I'm trying to take my friends with me. I'm not going by myself. They like, what you mean you're not going by yourself? We don't have enough on the budget to take your friends with you. I'm like, I pay for it myself. Me and Rick can pay for him. So I went to Rick. I said, Rick, I got such amount of money. He was like, man, we cool, bro. I'm going with you. We gone. So me, Rick, Cham, Baby Boy, GQ, and Swag, we all, and Kobe, we went and rented a car. Like I went and rented a Jeep. Like my manager went and rented a Jeep. and they was in the car. They followed the people that signed me. Rick was in the car and all that. Me and Rick was the ones that had the money. GQ had his own money. You know, GQ keep a bankroll, so we was good. Like these are people with like me. First of all, I don't even need no money. As long as GQ and Rick there, I don't need no money. If Rick there by himself, I don't need no money. GQ there by himself, no money. This is the money set. I'm the weakest one in this car. I'm just the rapper, the facade. Like this ain't nothing. If y'all see me make a video, that's gonna be Rick and GQ money and put it together. It's gonna be even bigger. But so we go to Atlanta. They following us in the car. We in Atlanta in the studio. So we in the studio, we've been there Friday, we've been there Saturday, we leaving on Sunday. No, we leaving on Monday. We've been there the whole weekend. We Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's Sunday come. We leaving Monday. Sunday come, but they all ready to go back. They all ready to go back home. They don't even want to be there no more. They don't want to wait till Monday. Monday morning we leaving, but it's like Sunday middle of the day they ready to go. They over it. They been in Atlanta just moving around doing nothing, rocking music. We get to do nothing. We on Rich's music time and hotel. It's boring. The morning we woke up on Sunday, I noticed my friends been posting a lot in Atlanta. Like they're treating it like it's a vacation. They just posting like it's like we in Brazil. They just posting everything, every single thing. The whole time we in the middle of the ghetto at a studio. We don't even know we in the ghetto because we out of town. They think it's out of town. I'm on point, but I'm paying attention to the music. Like I'm in the studio rapping. I can't see what they doing behind the scenes. They done went to the bar, got drunk. They done did a lot. They moving around. I'm in the studio, focused, locked in. That morning that I woke up the Sunday before everything happened, we was in the studio with Drama Boy Friday, another 808 on Saturday, and we was with Zaytoven session on Sunday. So that morning, I just noticed we've been posting a lot. They've been posting a lot. We've been loose. We was loose. We was out of bounds. We was dead wrong. What happened was supposed to happen because we was loose. I'm taking fault for that. I'm wrong. I wasn't on my pivot. I'm wrong. I take fault for that. So I'm like, man, we in Atlanta, bro. I'm going to buy a pistol, bro. Like, I gotta go buy a pistol. Like, I got to. Like, we just drove down here with I'm with the record label. No, I'm naked, ass naked, ain't got nothing. I don't even feel right. Can't eat, sleep, breathe. I don't even want like a hotel to rap. Like, feel like I'm easy. Long story short, I know I'm not getting into it, but I know me and Shy ain't cool, but I remember who I know from Atlanta. Like, I met through him. I'm the real, like, when I was down here, I went down here on Rap Town. They know what time I was on. So I'm going to the muscle, the people I know, the people I'm locked in with. So I go to one of the person I'm locked in with. I ain't gonna say no name. I get situated. Now I'm in Atlanta. I'm situated. I supposed to be in the studio at say 12 noon. It's 12 noon. They blowing my phone up. I left the Sunday morning. I left the hotel. All my friends. I'm with my girl. I'm in my own hotel room with my girl. I took her with me. They was in their rooms. They think I'm in my room getting ready. The whole time I left, I took the Jeep. The Jeep that they rented, they don't even know they car gone because they went to the parking lot. I took the car. I went and got us tight. I'm like, somebody get backdoored. I'd rather get backdoored by myself than take all my friends because they with me and something happened. I just put my trust in God. Like, I'm going to see my man. I know he's going to get my man looked out for me. He wasn't on no jinky, no nothing, bro. I'm just overthinking. Really looked out for me. So now I'm situated. I come back. They in the middle of the parking lot, like the truck gone. They know I got the truck. They call me. I'm like, man, I went and got some food. I'm spending them. Now I'm late, but now I tell my friends, man, yeah, we situated, we tight, we'll pass off. Now we good. Now I think we good. Problem fixed. I'm not even worried about nothing now. I don't care. We good. Niggas on point. Niggas do what they want to do now. Now I told you it's Sunday. This is the last day in the studio. We was Zaytoven. Shy Glizzy, this is what we didn't know. For Trappers Only Shy Glizzy mixtape, Shy Glizzy was in this same studio a week before me with Zaytoven recording a whole mixtape. They recorded a whole mixtape in the same studio that we've been posting, having the blast and doing all this in. My record label that I signed to ain't know nothing. They tried to take me to this studio by myself. Like, they just, out of all the studios in Atlanta, they booked the same one shot that he just was in a weekend ago with the same guy making a whole mixtape. So, boom. Now we get to the session. Now we in the session. Zaytoven in the session. I'm introducing myself to Zaytoven. He already know who I am. That's the throw off. Like, man, I already know about you. I was just having a conversation with somebody about you. I played that. No look. I don't know nothing about the Shot Glizzy and mixtape. I overplayed that. Cool. Zaytoven say, man, this the beat right here. Something. Just trying to get them to buy a beat. Get my label to buy a beat. I don't like the beat. I don't care who it is. So Zaytoven tell me, man, this a hit right here. You don't know a hit. You just gotta go in there and say something, or you can say whatever. I said, I ain't no say whatever rapper. This ain't no hit right here. If it was that easy to go in there and make a hit, if it was that easy to go in there and make a hit, you wouldn't be making beats. You would be a rapper. You would be in there making hits. I told that director to Zaytoven. He looked at me like, and the room got quiet.
Now anything can be a hit.
Yeah.
Nigga ride to say the right thing on it.
Hey, yeah, all that you need a hit right now. You ain't just gonna make no hit out the break. You gotta pick that out of something. That come out of a group of songs. That don't just, you can't just say make a hit. They don't know we got hit. They can pick that out of arsenal. If that was that easy, you'll be rapping.
Huh? So, but I mean, I like the choice of that.
So I ain't say nothing. I kept hearing his beats. I ain't even want his beats. I was over it. I ain't even record none of his Zaytoven beat. Night was over. We stepped out because we waiting on another producer to come. So we stepped out. The next producer said he gonna come in the morning. He couldn't make it. That was the sign number 2. It's cool. What you mean, next producer? I'm with the label. They pay $20,000. Whatever the session price is, they getting taxed. They measies for real. So they giving them like the measy price. I don't know. I ain't taking care of the business. You know how they take care of the business. They taxing them something they wouldn't have told me. So for them not to come, that's strike 2. So long story short, we get outside, we chilling. Me and all my friends, we chilling. We about to leave the studio now. We all about to leave the studio. I seen a car ride past with 2 people in it, and it stopped at it just rolled past. It ain't even stopped yet. And I looked at my friends. They was just playing in the streets. They just went to the bar and all that in the midst of the session. So they fake drunk. They high. They just having a blast, enjoying the. So we just think we outside the studio. Nobody thinking of nothing. I told my man Rondo, like, in fact, Rondo was with us too. Like, Rondo, them the sneaky shooters. Rondo said, man, fuck them niggas, bruh. They already know big 40 on me. No, big 40 on me. XD, ain't nobody playing with us, bruh. They had to jump the White House fence they ever played with us, bruh. So the car must have kept going and went to the end of the street and pulled over. We never paid it no attention. We just talked about it, laughed about it, huh? Everybody chilling, so cool. 15 minutes go past, we just talked. All the managers then came out the studio, everybody got in the car. Told you they was following us in the van. They was in a Jeep and I was in the van with the label. They car pull out first. Rick with us the whole time. As the day we left out the hotel, Rick had a Barberson t-shirt on too. I didn't wear a Barberson shirt this day. I just wore a shirt, and Rick wore his Barberson shirt. But Rick got money. Rick, I told y'all, I'm just a rapper. Rick in the streets, like Rick is Rick. Like Rick gonna look like the rapper. I'ma barely look like the rapper. Rick got the money. Rick Versace down, everything, Barberson t-shirt, so he looked like the rapper. Me and Rick look exactly alike. If you never seen Rick before, and somebody told you, man, I seen Ant, you can mistake us. Like one blind, quick look of the eye, you can mistake us. Tattoos, about the same height, same build. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it can be me on mistakenly, and a Barberson shirt. So Rick had that on the whole day. So he looked like the rapper. So Rick and them got in the car first. Rick got in the drop. I told you the car was on the street. It went down and it must have parked to the right. But I didn't see it park. I just saw it go past. And I told Rondo that this might be the sneaky shooters. I'm just playing around, just being goofy. So Rick get on his side of the door. So now he going down the hill. The car must have parked on the right. So when they going down the hill, Rick on this side of the window. So they see Rick through the window. Rick look like me. They pull out and follow him. Now they car in front of us. We in a van. Now they car in front of us. Two guys come out of this. One come out of the sunroof. One come out the window with 2 guns, and they just start airing the truck out. But this how I know the truck got out. I didn't see the 2 guns with the 2 guys with 2 guns. That's what I was told. The 2 guys with 2 guns, because we didn't see it. As they pulled out, we pulled out with them. Like we probably pulled out 1 minute after them. They went to the light, but they were saying they was going home. They wasn't even going back to the hotel. They were saying they was going home. They didn't even want to be there no more. They been there so long. I told you I was staying the Monday to the next day. So I was just gonna stay till the morning and go home. So we was really leaving Potts. It was like we all got in the car. They came. They was going their way. We hollered at them. They had their GPS in to go home, and we was going to the hotel. Me, my girl, and the record label, and we was gonna go home in the morning because we wasn't taking that drive at the late night. But they were so pressed to go home. My man was in the GPS. Well, good thing we laugh about this bit about this now, because it wasn't funny at this time. We crack jokes about this now. Me, Swag, and Kobe. My man was putting home in the GPS as he stopped at the light. We rolled past him and went right. The car that was behind him was the car that was stopped to the right with the two shooters. They thought I was in that car. I went right in the van. So now, as we right and we down the street a little bit, I hear bah, 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 bah. But we in Atlanta. I'm not thinking nothing. I'm thinking they been gone. I didn't know he was set at the GPS in the light for 2 minutes, like at a light at a.
Howell Mill Road. Fox 5's Denise Dillon is live from the scene tonight. Denise, let's get straight to it. What can you tell us about what happened here?
Yeah, you can see a number of police officers directly behind me here on Howell Mill. We are right near Marietta. This is a very popular area of West Midtown. What we do know right now is 2 people were shot. One of them in critical condition. The other was alert when police officers arrived. What we believe happened is, if you can see this dark colored Jeep, this black Jeep right there, the doors are open. Officers are going through that now. We believe the 2 people who were shot were in that vehicle, likely at another location, and then they drove here, and this is where police officers discovered them. We are waiting for a spokesman from the Atlanta Police Department to come talk to us right now to get more details on this. But again, 2 people shot. 1 person is in critical condition. Reporting live from West Midtown.
They say they want me dead, just like Tupac. Check the cars, house stairs, I got 2 blocks. I ain't scared, ain't no safety, ain't no decoy. 1 squeeze, pop, pop, shit, milk box. Took a trip to ATL, it wasn't living hell. Shooters was waiting on me, pulled up, car was full of shells. My shooter's okay, so I wish you well. Police be asking questions we won't never tell. These kids don't jam or they don't die. We be in our jail, we be so high. They sent the big team, it was a nice trap. Now I'ma show you what happened when it's gunfire. I bang business, but my name.
Y'all thought I was at a meeting. I was going to buy a gun because I knew what the was a damn meeting. I was going to get a gun. I knew what was going on. You didn't, but you found out. Yeah, I ain't hear Big Cracker joke the whole ride. You just leaking all my.
So now I'm getting phone calls. My phone ringing. Man, such and such in the car shot everybody dead. Like a rock, so everybody dead. Something weird. I got a weird phone call. So now I'm like, what? So now his phone ringing. Somebody called, somebody that was with the label phone. They had one of their phones. They called, man, the car shot up, something. So we bucking you. Now I'm thinking I'm going back and all my friends dead. Like, when I get back, I'm thinking I'm going to get dead and all my friends dead. Because that's what I was told. All my friends are in the car dead. I don't know why would they tell me that. Ed told me that. The dude from my record label told me that. He told me, yeah, man, all your friends in the car that was them, they all died. Some weird shit. So we go to the scene. Like, I got a warrant in Atlanta. I'm on the run in Atlanta. Non-extraditable warrant for like weed. I had a 3-5 weed 10 years ago. It might be over. Like, it's non-extraditable. They can't even lock me up for it. Only in Atlanta. Like, that's why I can openly talk about it. I done been to jail in D.C. The judge told me to go handle it. I ain't gonna handle that. They gotta catch me. Talking about, like, it might be over now. Like, I don't even want no trouble. I'm not even in the streets. I'm out the streets. So, as my friend shot up in the car, they getting in the ambulance and all that. So now we going back to see what hospital they going to. But I told y'all I'm on the run down here. I can't even go to the hospital. Before I even got down here, I told all my friends. My friends already know my situation. Like, y'all know I'm on the run down here. We got to be low key. We got to be idiots. We wasn't even supposed to be doing nothing for real. So Rick ended up getting shot. Rick got shot like, I'm going to say 4 to 8 times. Baby boy got shot too. Rick got shot, Baby Boy got shot, Rondo didn't get shot, Swag didn't get shot, Kobe didn't get shot, and the car got shot up. Baby Boy got out of the hospital the same night because Baby Boy discharged himself because he said he didn't feel safe down there. So we riding around looking for the hospital, but I can't go to the hospital, so I go to the hotel. The people that I'm signed to, I told you it's him, the record label, and his father. His father owned the label, so I hit his father, and I told his father what happened. Because they informed his father, but they ain't telling him in the detail. So I told him in detail that my friends got shot, my friends in the hospital, and I can't go to the hospital because I'm alone. So he sent somebody, like he a very important person. So he sent some of his people to the hospital to make sure that Baby Boy and Rick was all right. But Baby Boy got shot in the leg. Baby Boy discharged himself the same night. He was cool. He was put up and he was all right. Rick got shot like 8 times. Rick died and had to come back. Rick had 2 blood transfusions, like lost a lot of weight. Rick was in the hospital for 2 months. We didn't know if Rick made it or not made it. Like, we had no contact with Rick for 2 months until his family went and got him and he came back to the neighborhood. But I'm gonna get to the story. So as Rick was shot up in the car, they was really leaving. I told you it was a Sunday. They was leaving. I was staying till the next morning. They was really leaving because the 2 days we been here, Rick and GQ spent like $2,000 of their money on everybody. Like, everybody else, they hated that, so they was ready to go. They like, man, we ain't down here spending our money on everybody. So Rick was like, man, I only got like $500 left, and I ain't bring no money with me. And GQ was like, man, I ain't bring no money with me neither. So they was ready to go back. So I was just gonna meet them when I leave in the morning. But the shooting ended up happening. So Rick had ended up getting shot in the car, and before Rick was still conscious in the car. Like, Rick was still talking and breathing and everything as he was shot. He was telling people, giving instructions as he was shot. I told y'all they was leaving because the money had got low. Rick said he only had $5. When Rick got shot, Rick was in his mind state. Rick said he not going to the hospital. The police not taking the money on them. Rick had $11,000. I said not 11. Rick had $12,000 in total to himself on him, like all in stash spots. He had $1,200 in his back. His Versace shoe, but he didn't get that money. That's the only money he ended up losing. He pulled like $3,000 out of his ass. He pulled like $6,500 out of sock. He had like $800 in the old New Balance. He stashed $200 under the dashboard in the car. I'm like, Rick, why is you living with all these secret compartments of money? He's like, nah, because I want to try to spend all my money on everybody down there, bruh. So now Rick got a boatload of bloody money. So now they got Rick money. Rick died. Rick is on his death moment, letting you know. One thing about that boy is not gonna lose his money. That man was on his death moment, and he was letting you know, like, get my money. Like, he fighting a fighter, a real one, bro. So it was so much money that other people had to be in control of. When they ended up catching up to me, the rest of my friends catching up to me, they gave me all the money. Like, they was like, man, this Rick money, whole Rick money. If Rick I was even good to his mother or his baby mother, because I know them how to contact his mother and his baby mother. So I just held this money until I talked to Rick and further notice. Rick lost the $1,200 in the Versace shoe. So long story short, Rick ended up surviving. Rick had 2 blood transfusions. He was in the hospital for 2 months. He was in Atlanta for 2 months. When he talked to him for 2 months, he came back to the neighborhood. After he got himself together a little bit enough to function around. I seen him like months later, and then we met in the neighborhood. And he was like, bro, you still got that money? I was like, yeah, I got that money. So I gave him back the money. That's when our bond got closer. Like, that's when we got closer. It wasn't even about the shooting. He never was mad at the shooting. We was never mad at the shooting. No, we was just happy at that moment that we can see each other. And I can reward him back his money and he still have his life. We just cherished that moment. Like, that's when we became, like, way closer. After that, you know how the streets go. Rick had kids. Rick had another child. So he went his way. I went my way. We still mutual friends. I don't even be in the neighborhood no more. Because I told y'all GQ was on that trip with us too. GQ died. And Rick ended up passing away. Not from this situation in Atlanta. I'm going to get to that part next. That's why I'm going to get into the Rick story. So life separated us a little bit. Like, his path to life, my path to life. I ain't in the neighborhood no more. He's still in the neighborhood. I'm like anti-street now. Now that all my friends is in the neighborhood, I'm telling them, like, get out the streets. Like, I talk positive things to them. I can't force them out the streets, but I give them, like, guidance. Like, bro, I ain't in the streets anymore. I'm over there, bro. I'd rather just sit in the house, walk the dogs. Be trying to tell them, like, they can live a better way. But I can't control them because I come from the same environment, so I understand them. They got to get it. Everybody ain't blessed to be Aunt Glizzy. So I understand that. So I just seen Rick, like, recently, like, probably, like, 5 months ago. I had shot a video with the young niggas from around the way, and Rick had dropped them off at the studio. And I was telling him, like, bruh, what you been up to? We just was chopping up. He was like, man, I'm proud of you, man. Just keep doing what you doing. Stay out the way. I was like, man, you got to get out the way. He was like, man, I'm working on it, bruh. That's what I'm trying to do. That's all I'm trying to do. He's trying to get some paper for his kids, bro. I swear, Rick just trying to get some paper, put his little outfits on, make sure his kids all right. I swear, he ain't trying to do too much. Good dude, out the way. Don't start none with nobody. Just get money. They always hate on the get money. Once you just get money, they hate on you. So now let's get into the Rick story. So the other day, probably like, I'm gonna say a month ago, I got a phone call that Rick passed away in the neighborhood to gun violence, some gun violence that happened in the neighborhood, and it broke my heart. It's like, but I can't even, like, my emotions is different. I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. Let me break it down to y'all. I don't even care. I ain't got nothing to hide. Rick died. I didn't post him on Instagram. People been in my DMs telling me, like, you ain't post Rick. Some do a Rick story, this, that, and third. Like, I cope with things different, y'all. These are my real friends. Like, I lost 6 or 7 of my closest friends, like, in the world. Like, I can't cope with how y'all cope with it. Instagram post doesn't bring them back. Instagram post doesn't solidify anything. And just think of it like that. Put yourself in my shoes. GQ get trolled every day on this internet, and I just take up for it. Like, I don't care. It is what it is. Y'all know the way I live and all that. Why would I post my dead friend on my Insta story so the live can be saying they smoking on him or they doing this or they doing that? Let him rest in peace, bro. It's my real friend. We had them conversations. As long as we there, y'all shouldn't be in the midst of anything. Long live Rick the Ruler, the GOAT, the trap god, and he a hell of a father. Barber's son.